Good morning, class. We are starting with our English portion, Unit 4. Lesson number 4.3 Mr. Nobody. About whom the poet is talking in this poem, we will learn more ahead in this poem, paragraph wise. So, we will start with our poem. I know a funny little man, as quiet as a mouse, who does the mischievous that is done in everybody's house. There's no one ever sees his face, and yet we all agree that every plate we break was cracked by Mr. Nobody. Now, first of all, we will understand the meaning of some words. First of all, mischief. Mischief means to trouble someone. Cracked means broken. The first paragraph means that in everyone's house there is a funny little person. Is there in everyone's home. But we never ever has seen his face. Because he never shown his face to us. Because whatever he is doing everything wrong. And he quietly do mischiefs in everyone's home. And yet we all agree also that the place which we see broken or cracked at our home has been the mischiefs done by Mr. Nobody. Then too we don't know his face, that who is that funny little person who did all mischiefs at our home, because he never shows his face. That's why we don't know who is that funny little man or person. This he always tears out books. This means the season to be jolly. Who leaves our door ajar means slightly open. He pulls the button from our shirt and scatter all over the places. Pains afar means at distance. That squeaking means crying. Door will always squeak means cry. Because of this, you see, we leave the oiling to be done. Oiling means oil to be done by Mr. Nobody. In this paragraph again we are talking about Mr. Nobody only. Mr. Nobody is the man who damages all the books of us by tearing all the pages from the book. And with that what he do, he opens the door and he leaves the door slightly open without closing it properly. After that, even what he do, he pulls out all the buttons from our shirts and make it unfit for us to wear. Means all the buttons have been removed by him and we are not able to wear that cloth because of it. After that, he scatter all the pins here and there, which is invisible, and it makes dangerous for us to walk because the pins been seen here and there. We let the squeaking door squeak and do not bother to oil it because we leave the work of oiling to be done by Mr. Nobody. Now, squeaking of the door means some of the doors makes a noise of squeaking, squack, squack, or sound comes from our door. So, people are telling why we to do oil, because the work is of Mr. Nobody, because he opens and closes the door again. So the oiling work will be done by Mr. Nobody itself. So we do not want to take a pain to do anything responsibly, because everything has been spoiled or damaged done by Mr. Nobody. So we don't want to be responsible things to be done by us. The finger marks upon the door by none of us are made. We never leaves the blind unclosed to let the curtains fade. The inks we never spill, the boots they are lying around you see, are not our boots, they all belongs to Mr. Nobody. Fade means lose color. Spill means spread over. This para exactly means that whatever marks or finger marks which you can see on the doors are not made by us, because we never leaves any marks on the door. It's all done by Mr. Nobody. Now another thing is that we never leave a blind unclosed, that our curtains gets faded, because we don't want our curtains to lose its color. Then the inks we never spill, the boots that lying around you see, which the inks you can see spilled over or around you all has done by Mr. Nobody. Are not our boots, they all belongs to nobody, because whatever mistakes or damages or marks which you can see surrounding to us or around us, the finger marks or faded curtains colors or the inks which are spilled over are all made by Mr. Nobody. Hope you all enjoyed this poem. The writer is author unknown. Thank you, my dear students.